Put a finger down if you meet a guy on Hinge and
I will put this finger up.
literally is so good that you exchange phone numbers within like the first few texts with each other. And then a week later you go on a date and the date is literally so good that he asks you on a second date the next day. And then you go on that date and that date is literally so good that the next morning when you wake up and you go to work, he literally delivers flowers to your job and surprises you. And then he asks to hang out again that night. And so you hang out again that night and then you skip a day. And then the next morning, he comes to work and brings you breakfast.
Oh, okay.
And then that night you end up hanging out because he's leaving to go on a trip to Mexico to serve in a wedding and you're leaving to go on a trip with family in Florida. And so you hang out that night and everything's great. And then while you're each on your subsequent vacations, you're chatting and you're talking, but he gets like really drunk and you know, truth comes out when you're drunk and he starts saying things like he's falling in love with you, which is kind of weird. And you know, you let him know that it's just a little too much. It's been like a week. He needs to take a step back and you're just feeling a little overwhelmed. And so he does. And so things get better. And then you both get back from your subsequent trips and you hang out with each other and he buys you dinner and you have a great night and things are going really, really well. And then the next morning, obviously you get your regular good morning, beautiful text message and things seem to be going so great. And then he lets you know that he's sick and you're concerned because the doctor in you is concerned. And so you're asking questions and he's really not giving much of an answer. And then the next day you really don't hear anything. And then the next day you really don't hear anything. And then when you start questioning like what's going on and asking questions, you literally don't get a response. And so then you really start to get aggravated and you send a text message like, what's up? And then he finally reads it because his read receipts are on. So you see that he's finally reading your text messages. And so you go on social media, but he never replies, right? So then you go on social media to see like what the is up and you see that he's blocked and deleted you from all of social media. No rhyme, no reason, no explanation, no causation, just blocked and deleted. And so you go back to the phone and you pretty much put him in his place and then he blocked you there too.
Yeah.
I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Okay, so I'll tell you what's going on here. This is what we call love bombing.